President Biden wants, and he plans to detail it in Texas today.
Calling out sweeping changes to the nation's highest court, including term limits and a code of conduct. As you mentioned, he's going to unveil these changes when he goes to Austin, Texas this afternoon. Now, the president is calling for 18 years for a term limit, also wants to see a constitutional amendment to limit immunity for presidents once they leave office.
Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House. The president writing in a Washington Post op-ed this morning, no one is above the law. Democrats have been critical of a more right-leaning court, especially after the ruling that undid women's federal abortion rights, allowing states to decide on the issue. And today, Iowa is the latest red state with new abortion restrictions banning the procedure 6 weeks into a pregnancy. Senator J.D. Vance, the Trump running mate, is pushing back on Democratic criticism of a comment years ago claiming the administration was led by childless cat ladies, telling Fox.
If you look at what the left has done, they have radically taken this out of context and, in fact, aggressively lied about what I've said.
Democrats keep calling Vance weird. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer tells CBS Face the Nation.
Vance seems to be more erratic and more extreme than President Trump. And I'll bet President Trump is sitting there scratching his head and wondering, why did I pick this guy? The choice may be one of the best things he ever did for Democrats.
Vice President Harris will soon choose a running mate. Since becoming presumptive Democratic nominee a week ago, Harris has raised more than $200 million. In Venezuela, President Nicolas Maduro celebrating what he claims is a re-election to a third term, but his opponents crying foul, claiming to have gotten 70% of the vote. And Secretary of State Anthony Blinken in Tokyo says the U.S. has serious concerns the will of the people was not reflected.
It's critical that every vote be counted fairly and transparently, that election officials immediately share information with the opposition and independent observers without delay.
America's listening to Fox News.
Donald Trump Jr. here. Since January of 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but you can stop your losses by diversifying into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word SHELTER to 989898. That's SHELTER to the number 989898 to get your free info kit from Birch Gold now.
Message and data rates may apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
We mentioned President Biden going to Texas today. That's where he'll detail his Supreme Court reform proposals on a trip that he was supposed to take earlier.
The president postponed his visit to the President Lyndon Johnson Library in Austin, Texas, after the attempted assassination of former President Trump. Since then, President Biden recovered from COVID and ended his re-election bid. Today, he makes that trip to mark 60 years since the signing of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. President Johnson is the last president since President Biden to withdraw from a re-election bid, a decision Johnson made amid growing opposition to the Vietnam War in 1968. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Also in Texas, a police officer shot and wounded early yesterday by a man in the U.S. illegally who ended up dead after a shootout.
A Venezuelan national apprehended by Border Patrol in Eagle Pass, Texas in November 2023 and released into the U.S. with an April 2026 court date is accused of shooting a police officer who was responding to a domestic dispute. Police say 25-year-old Jorge Chacon Gutierrez was laying in bed with a rifle and began shooting at officers when they entered. The officers returned fire.
Fox's Ann Carrick. The Biden administration maintains after record illegal immigration that the numbers are down to Trump-era levels as Democrats keep pushing back on Republicans labeling Vice President Harris the border czar. They say she was only in charge of trying to address the root causes of migration. On Wall Street, stocks could rise. Dow, NASDAQ futures, both up more than 100 points. At the gas pump,
gasoline prices dropped in the past 3 weeks. It's down 3 cents. And the new average for regular grade is $3.58.
Analyst Trilby Lundberg surveys gas stations nationwide. So does AAA. Its national average for regular is less than hers at $3.50 per gallon this morning. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign police open a homicide investigation after 2 teens killed, another 2 victims hurt at a shooting on Sunday morning in the area of Cynthia and Anita Drives. Several were found with gunshot wounds. The victims treated by police in Champaign Fire until they could be taken to hospitals. One victim went to the hospital through personal transport. University of Illinois welcoming another class of thousands to campus in coming weeks, but some of those new students, their housing arrangements will look a little different. Housing officials say the number of first-year students who signed contracts for dorm rooms larger than anticipated. As a result, there is a shortage of dorm rooms. Champaign-Urbana Public Health District held their 3rd annual back-to-school event Saturday afternoon. 25 organizations from around Champaign County giving away school supplies and resources to students. Community Health Partnership of Illinois was also there, ensuring students were up to date on their physicals before school starts. The event returns again next summer. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Here we are at 7:06, and I'm Diane Ducey. Stevie J has the day off today. It is July 29th, and our weather is brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window, your premier provider for home improvement, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, outdoor living. Visit kramersiding.com. Champaign County Fair this weekend was really great. In fact, Sydney Fun Days, the list goes on and on, Greg. Nice job.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and we were able to get everything going and in and even around a little scattered outbreak of moisture yesterday, late afternoon and evening time, about a half an inch in some spots. Others were much lesser. And if you were on the lesser side of the gauge, well, hang on. Rainfall is lurking immediately to the west of us here, about 30 to 40 minutes out of Champaign proper, with showers and thunderstorms lined up from as far north as Will County, back up towards Rockford, back down to St. Louis, and some pretty healthy rains north of St. Louis. And some of these rains on the overnight have left an inch or two in some of the fields out towards the I-55 Illinois River corridor. Don't think it'll be that much, but the first of a couple of clusters as we kind of ride the hot ridge of 100-degree heat. Not here, but lurking back west and south of us. It'll certainly feel that way in the coming afternoons across the area before we get some drier air, but still some warm temperature readings as we move on through the weekend, and a fair amount of heat here expected for the first half of the month of August. 71 now at Willard and Savoy, 68 at Rantoul. Again, showers and thunderstorms. Probably 2 or 3 hours worth of on and more on than off for the morning hours, a break, and then we'll get a peak of sun, a humid afternoon with a late day high of 83 and a little scattered stuff back in late this afternoon and evening time. Patchy late night fog and sticky down to 70 for the low. Tomorrow some patchy fog early on, then partly sunny, hot, humid. Do it again on Wednesday as well with a late morning, more likely afternoon shower thunderstorm in some spots. A high tomorrow around 90, 70s for lows tomorrow night, and up to 93 on Wednesday, 92 on Thursday. But we'll get a cold front to come through the area, and after a shower chance Friday morning, lowering humidity at 86 on Friday. Nice early August weather ahead for the weekend with highs in the upper 80s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, just a reminder about the fog that's happening. Make sure you have your lights on. So many of us depend on, the automatic lights on, but you need them today. A little bit of fog out there. We are ESPN 93.5 at 7:08, doing a best of with a conversation with Brett Baer from Fox News. He wrote a book called Special Heart. I just love the conversation with Stevie J.
He is the chief political anchor for Fox News. The book is titled Special Heart, A Journey of Faith, Hope, Courage, and Love. Brett Baer and his family have shared this very intimate love story. And Brett, your first son, Paulie, appeared fine. You and Amy looked like pregnancy good, and then you hear within 24 hours that your son has to have heart surgery. How did you handle that?
Yeah, good morning. It was a shock. I mean, he was born, and we were given a clean bill of health. We had that blissful 24 hours in a hospital room that I know parents are familiar with, that meeting the new addition. A nurse noticed he started turning pale, and they did some tests. They didn't know what it was. They called in a cardiologist, and it turned out he had 5 serious congenital heart defects and had to have a really complex surgery within days or he would die. And that moment, you go from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, and it was devastating. And, I chronicled this journey. That surgery, the first surgery, the surgeon reworked the way his heart worked, a little heart the size of a walnut. It essentially was pumping the wrong way. He retooled it, moving around arteries the size of angel hair pasta. And he's had 3 open heart surgeries and 7 angioplasties. And the good story is he's doing fantastic.
Wow.
I just left him. He's bouncing off the wall.
Well, I saw him when you had the O'Reilly segment last night. I mean, he looks fantastic. But what, I guess it's character builder or something for not only Paulie, but all of you to know that you've got to put your hands in other people's, I mean, your life's by a thread here.
Yeah. The reason I wrote the book is hopefully it's an inspiration to people going through tough times, no matter what it is, whether it's parents with a kid who's a medical condition or whatever the challenge is. This is how we got through our something. And it was tough. It was dark. We got to a bad place where we thought he was going to die. For us, it was leaning on family and friends. For us, it was the power of prayer that meant a lot to us. And also always thinking about what it was going to be like. At the end of every day, we gave each other a high five and said, we're one day closer to getting him home.
I mean, you looked at Amy and you just had to say, what just happened here? What just happened? What just happened?
A nuclear bomb went off.
Yeah,
I mean, everything was in slow-mo.
Yeah. And again, prayer really sustains you.
It did. I mean, listen, everybody has a different thing. For us, the fact that people were praying for us lifted us up, and then we prayed. I mean, really quickly, I'll tell you this real quick story. We were in the hospital, and there are a lot of families dealing with tough things. We met a family, their child's named Maggie. She had been through 9 surgeries in 9 months. The family was tremendously optimistic, really wonderful. We went to the chapel together. We hung out in the trenches there in the waiting room together. The day of Paul's surgery, the night before, Maggie passed away. She died, and the family wasn't there in the morning. Paul went into his 8-hour surgery, and we're in the cardiac intensive care unit. The nurse comes over and says, you have a phone call, and it's Maggie's mom calling to check if Paul was okay. Yeah. She had just lost her daughter the night before, and the power and the strength and the grace to be able to do that, transcends a lot of things.
As you chronicled this, Brett Baer, was it therapy for you?
Yeah, of course. It was cathartic. It brought us back to some bad places, but you know what? The whole thing gives us perspective. I think it makes me a better dad, a better husband. I think it makes me a better anchor, because when the stuff is happening on Capitol Hill on both sides of the aisle, something bigger is out there that families have to deal with.
The book is called Special Heart, A Journey of Faith, Hope, Courage, and Love. It's out today. Congratulations. It looks terrific.
Yeah, we're going to donate 100% of the money we receive from the book to various nonprofit pediatric heart disease research and treatment, every dollar.
Well, Brett, you appear to be a great guy. I think people are going to realize that you are a great guy. Before I let you go, though, 3 things.
Yeah.
Number 1.
I believe so.
Did you also change attacks to demonstrations in the talking points?
Maybe. I don't really remember.
You don't remember?
Dude, this was like 2 years ago. We're still talking about the most mundane
it is the thing
process
that everybody is talking about.
Dude, it was the thing everybody was talking about. Tommy Vietor, he's working for Hillary now?
He is.
Brett, that was one of the best comebacks and one of the best. It's a classic. It's a YouTube classic now.
When he said dude, I was thrown. I had to redude his dude.
Yeah. All right. Brett Baer, Fox News anchor. Number 2, was any alcohol involved in this? It's Brett Baer doing Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang, which I don't know whether... I'm shocked at how good you are.
It's a true story. Here's what happened. I was at the Bob Hope, and they were having a talent show for all the talent. They had great talent there, and they said, what can you do? And I said, I can't do anything. I'm a news anchor. They said, what can you do? And I said, I don't know. I remember a rap from high school. They said, you're on third. So, yes, there were a couple of glasses of wine in that.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, you could do it. It was actually quite good, Brett Baer doing Rapper's Delight. And finally, how fast would the game go if Charles Krautheimer was on my Trivial Pursuit team?
So fast. If you had Krauthammer and George Will,
oh man,
done.
Hey, George Will's from Urbana, which is where we are.
Oh yeah, Champaign.
And George is really, really smart. But I tell you what, when Charles speaks, I turn it up.
Well, it's verbal op-eds. I mean, he literally speaks in verbal op-eds, and he's a great guy to boot. I mean, he is really wonderful.
Listen, Brett, I think, and I'm not talking cable news here. I think you have the best news hour on television, and I frankly think you're the best anchor on television. I really do right now. I think it's you.
Oh, well, thank you. That's nice of you to say.
I mean it. I mean, the guy that passed through Rockford, Illinois is now Fox News the man.
That's it. All those journeys are in that book, too.
Hey, listen, God bless you. Special Heart out today, A Journey of Faith, Hope, Courage, and Love. The best of your family. I really appreciate the minutes. I'm a big fan.
Hey, it was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Red Bear, Fox News anchor on his new book out today, Special Heart, A Journey of Faith, Hope, Courage, and Love. Available everywhere.
Get the rock star treatment at Golden Nugget Danville and jam out with your cut of up to $400,000 every Saturday through the end of August. One lucky winner will be selected every half hour from 4 to 11 p.m. to spin and win up to $1,000 cash. Earn entries now through August 31st. Not valid for any participant of the Illinois Gaming Board statewide voluntary self-exclusion program. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
How about that? A big Cardinal win yesterday. Let's get your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Friday night, Paul Goldschmidt hit a home run for hit number 2,000 in his career. On Sunday, he hit a big one to win a ball game. Goldschmidt swings and it's a drive. That goes deep to left field. It's a goner and a Redbird winner. Paul Goldschmidt walks it off for the Cardinals. The Cardinals run out of the dugout. There's going to be a team meeting at home plate. And the Cardinals salvaged a win, but Paul Goldschmidt put together a good weekend.
Yeah, a really terrific finish to the series against the Nationals. Didn't start out very well, but Goldie is really starting to swing the bat well. He's up to 16 home runs. Wilson Contreras also homered, and the Cardinals got the win behind Ryan Helsley. A pretty good start, a quality start for Miles Michaelis.
Pedro Pajas extending his hitting streak to 13 games with a 2-hit game, including a triple. The Rangers are in town to begin a 3-game series tonight. Nathan Eovaldi against Andre Palante. We're on the air at 5:50. Ricky has the lineups at 6:35. I'll bring you the first pitch at 6:45. The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
The Cubs got a win, too, 7-3 over Kansas City. Over on US 105.9, they'll start up a series against the Cincinnati Reds with a 6:10 first pitch. Jamison Talion on the mound. We had Seattle beating the Chicago White Sox 6-3. We're out of the gate on the Olympics. And right now, the United States leads 12-9 over China and France with 8 medals in the count. Team USA over Serbia in men's basketball, 110-84. I'm Diane Ducey. Your weather forecast coming up next.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868. Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity, and scattering weekend rainfall, and the first of a couple of rounds of rainfall that are back in for the first half of the week in particular, lurking to the west of us. We'll move on through this morning with showers and thunder, and the humidity up and climbing further with a high later today up to about 83, and we'll get a couple of 2 or 3 hours of pretty much steady, if not on and off, showers and thunderstorms for the morning. Hit and miss back in late this afternoon and evening time. A muggy overnight low with late night fog. to about 70 for the low. Tomorrow, patchy fog early on, becoming partly sunny, hot and humid. Shower thunderstorm in spots late morning, more so for the afternoon. The high around 90. Light wind will bottom out muggy to 73 with an evening thunderstorm chance tomorrow night. Wednesday, a lesser rain chance in the afternoon, partly sunny, hot, humid after a touch of morning fog. Highs up to 93. Widely scattered showers, thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. 92 on Thursday, 86 on Friday. Slightly drier air with highs in the upper 80s for the weekend. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Eagle Greg Solier.
Make sure the headlights are on. A little bit of fog here in downtown Philo for sure. We are ESPN 93.5. It's 7:20.
Are down 1% after its disappointing earnings and revenue. McDonald's has been raising prices for the past 2 years to cover higher costs for ingredients and labor, but that resulted in customers dining out less often. System-wide sales were down 1%. Its launch of a $5 combo meal on June 25th turned out to be McDonald's busiest Tuesday of the year. Shares of Lowe's, the hotel, energy, and insurance company, are higher. It's reporting upbeat earnings helped by its insurance and gas pipeline businesses, though Lowe's hotel business softened. And Reuters says Japan's Mitsubishi Motors is expected to join an alliance between Honda and Nissan. The three plan to standardize in-vehicle software. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jen Coselda, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcast Network.
I'm Emily Campagno, and this is the Fox True Crime Podcast.
And I had nothing to do with her disappearance, but people still accuse me of it.
I sit down with the people who lived the nightmares.
I was in shock. I was just devastated.
The investigators who tirelessly worked on the case.
I feel for their families, and I really hope that they can catch this guy.
Bringing you closer to the story than you ever thought possible.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
If you're looking for a great job, Spring Green is looking for you. Full-time, benefits and overtime, outside all day, work independently. How about full health insurance and a chance at matching funds for your 401k? Yes, Spring Green, your neighborhood lawn care team, serving all over Central Illinois. It's a great job, and if you're interested, connect with S. Imke, SIMMKE at spring-green.net. S. Imke at spring-green.net.
Seems like what's trending now a little bit is gas prices, and we're always up and down. I found it interesting on our Did You Know segment when Stevie Jay and his son Nathaniel were talking about gas prices. It's 7:33, some fog, so keep those headlights on. Temperatures at 71. Stevie Jay has the day off today.
I'm good, Dad. How are you doing?
We're fine. I filled up twice yesterday, tipped it off at the top. It was got a new Honda CR-V hybrid, so we didn't spend a lot on gas yesterday, which is very nice. Anyway, so when I go to the pump, there's like 9 choices. Not that many, but there's several. Do you know anything about that, sir?
Yeah, so that's exactly what we're going to talk about. And like you're saying, Dad, I think stopping at the pump has become second nature for many of us. And if you're anything like me, or maybe yourself, Dad, once the machine approves your credit card and asks you to select the fuel, you just look for the cheapest one.
Yeah, right.
Usually that's the lowest number. Yep. Yeah, well, this morning we'll learn a little bit more about what those numbers mean and if you should be selecting a higher one, which I know is exactly what everyone wants to hear, right? Maybe spending more on gas.
Spend more on the gas, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so depending on what gas station you go to and what's currently available, there's typically different selections with different octane ratings. Those are the numbers you see at the pump options. Typical options are 87 or regular, 89, which is mid-grade, and then 91 to 94, which is premium for gasoline. Now, there's a few others we'll talk about in a minute, but focusing on these, well, what really is an octane rating? And simply put, it's the stability of a fuel. And what does that mean? Well, to start an engine or a fire of any kind, you need 3 things, and that's fuel, air, and a spark. And a more stable fuel or a higher octane rating makes it harder to ignite in a way. And this comes invaluable in preventing something called pre-ignition, which mechanics know a lot about, and it is important. You may be asking, well, which one should I be putting in my car? Well, it all depends on what car you drive. Something that's sporty and has a turbocharger should probably get a higher octane fuel because that turbocharger is putting in extra air for extra and higher performance. But a car without a turbocharger and a normal engine will do fine with a regular octane rating, which is the 87. So good news. If you've been selecting that, you can stick with it. But a few other options that we might see are something called E85. Yep. Now, this is a fuel mixture that's a blend of ethanol and gasoline, and as some of us may know, ethanol is derived from corn. And usually this mixture is between 50 to 85% ethanol, hence the name. Now, you should only put this into vehicles that are specifically designed to receive this. It's known as flex fuel. But another option that's come up more recently is something called E15. And it's the same thing, ethanol and gasoline mixed with 15% ethanol. And the EPA has actually approved this and said it can be used on vehicles any newer than 2001. And on average, this option is about 10 cents a gallon cheaper than regular gas. If you feel like any of this applies to you, obviously do more research, but hopefully now we're a bit more informed when we go to the pump rather than just looking at the cheapest option and selecting that.
I wonder what does premium do better for my gas mileage or E15 less gas mileage? I wonder how that all compares.
So the ethanol mixture appears to potentially even have a lower fuel rating. It doesn't perform as well as regular gas, but the higher octane fuel doesn't necessarily translate to gas mileage efficiency. It's really just what's better for your engine. If your engine is a high-performance engine, you need that higher octane fuel.
Gotcha. Well, fast. I had thought 2 seconds about it. You're right. I'd look at the cheapest, and that's what I use. But I know a lot of people get premium, and there's a reason. And you've explained some of that with the better for your engine and perhaps better performing. So it's generally, I don't know how much higher, but I think it's considerably higher. 20 cents a gallon?
It can be, yeah.
Nathanielson, well done. I did not know about the gas pump, which we visit darn near every day in America.
Unfortunately.
Well, good. We appreciate it very much, son. Thank you. Well done. Thank you.
All right, take care.
That's Nathaniel's son in Chicago, my son, about gas. I honestly never thought about octane.
That's right.
More than once or twice in my life. So there you have it. You have all your options, and it depends what you drive, which is correct.
I was just looking at the gas price average in America, and it's $3.52. I know I filled up at $3.29 in Tuscaloosa yesterday after a family reunion. I'm Diane Ducey. Hope your morning's going well. Thanks for listening to ESPN 93.5.
Jim Onstad, Dixie Chopper and Dedicated Diesel. How about my Dixie Chopper? Got any deals?
Yeah, I was in one of the farm stores yesterday. I won't say their name. And I saw a Husqvarna mower for $6,500 zero turn. I guarantee I can get you on a Dixie Chopper, the king of zero turn mowers. Much better quality for at least $1,000 less.
And plus you service it.
Yes, Andy and Jeremy will service them right there in Urbana and take care of you.
Walk through that process of getting a new Dixie Chopper.
You go in and see Andy, and he'll lay it out for you, the prices. There is financing available. There are various discounts for first responders, veterans. It goes on and on. We'll get you in and want to get the right price. Andy will take care of it. You can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana.
Sticky nights and stuffy rooms making it hard to enjoy your home during the summertime? Call Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing to make sure your air conditioning is working at its peak performance. Tune up your AC by joining the maintenance program and get all the perks it has to offer. Call Dogtown to come out for a no-cost quote to upgrade your system today with a Lennox high-efficiency system that will be sure to save you money on your energy bills and let you relax comfortably. Call 217-841-4728 or visit dogtownheatingandair.com. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do. Your #1 sports bar and grill is Pia's. Head to 1609 West Springfield Avenue to watch all your favorite sports teams play on the big screen TVs as you enjoy great drink specials and the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. With the slot machines, darts, video, golf, and outdoor beer garden, meet your friends at Pia's since 1975. Open mornings at 7 a.m., Sundays at 8. See you at Pia's.
Get the rock star treatment at Golden Nugget Danville and jam out with your cut of up to $400,000 every Saturday through the end of August. One lucky winner will be selected every half hour from 4 to 11 p.m. to spin and win up to $1,000 cash. Earn entries now through August 31st. Not valid for any participant of the Illinois Gaming Board statewide voluntary self-exclusion program. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden's proposing changes to the Supreme Court and to a recent Supreme Court decision in a case brought by former President Trump.
President Biden is calling on sweeping changes to the nation's highest court, including term limits and a code of conduct. Now, the president is calling for 18 years for a term limit, also wants to see a constitutional amendment to limit immunity for presidents once they leave office.
Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House. Israel's military is expected to respond soon to a rocket attack killing 12 children in the Israel-occupied Golan Heights, blamed on Hezbollah militants in Lebanon. Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Danon, on Fox and Friends.
Our response will be swift, harsh, and painful. And we are now picking the targets. And I believe in the next few days, we will make sure that Hezbollah will learn the lesson.
America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Two 22-year-old Champaign women hurt in a shooting early Saturday morning. Champaign police arrived at the scene near West Bradley and North Mattis Avenues. There they found the two victims. One woman had gunshot wounds to her cheek and hand. The other grazed on the leg. The women went to a gathering when the yet unknown suspect shot at the crowd with a gun and ran off. Rantoul Police hosting a school supply drive called Stuff the Squad. Their goal, to take donations and fill a police car. Department set up outside the Walmart in town Saturday morning. They accepted notebooks, pencils, book bags, and more. All donations go towards students in need at Rantoul High School. The drive also sees great participation from areas like Thomasboro and Gifford. Champaign-Urbana Public Health District held their third annual back-to-school event Saturday. 25 organizations from around Champaign County giving away school supplies and resources to students. Community Health Partnership of Illinois also there. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. It's 7:32. Hope your morning's going well. Temperatures currently at 71 as we get your forecast from our meteorologist, Greg Soya. I hope you had a good weekend. I know for me, Champaign County Fair Friday night was just perfect weather for Tiger Lily Gold that I brought on stage. We also had Josh Turner performing. Boy, that was a lot of fun. And of course, Sydney Fun Days was also a great experience. Thanks to all those who worked hard this weekend to make everything happen. Our forecast brought to you by the Urbana Park District. Take note of tomorrow, July 30th, between 9 and 11, the Fresh Crew Volunteer Stewardship Day. If you want to get the kids involved in learning how to volunteer and take care of the parks, they also have the Chris Healthy Aging Caregiver Workshop between 10 and 11 and Walker's Book Club happening in the evening after 6. Learn more at urbanaparks.org. Keep the lights on, the headlights, because we have some foggy conditions today. Our meteorologist, Greg Soye.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. It's the old Ring of Fire atmospheric setup across the area with clusters of thunderstorms over the top of that hot and humid heat wave weather pattern lurking over the southwestern Corn Belt, central and southern plains. None of that 100-degree heat expected. May feel like that with heat index values in the coming days, but otherwise pretty much par for the course late July, early August. Temperature and humidity levels, yeah, they're up this time of the year. And coming on down, showers and thunderstorms lurking to the north and west. They'll move through here early to mid-morning, take a break, come back in late this afternoon, but scattered there. Late day high 83, down tonight to about 70. 70 with an evening shower, thunderstorm, and spots, late night fog. And tomorrow and Wednesday, some patchy fog early on, partly sunny, hot, humid, a late morning, but more so afternoon shower, thunderstorm in a couple of spots. 90 tomorrow, 70s for lows tomorrow night, back up to 93 on Wednesday, 92 on Thursday, and about 86 on Friday. Slightly cooler, drier settles on in. Thunderstorm chances for Thursday and Friday as well, but dry for the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Thank you, Greg. You know, for years we visited with Coach Mike Ditka, and since we're doing a best of show today with Stevie having the day off, I thought I'd jump into a conversation with Coach Mike Ditka and see how it went with brother Johnny. And it's just so nice to hear his voice and his reflection, our Chicago Bears coach that we so love and such good friends with Johnny and Stevie Jay.
Well, I don't know, but I know Roger Goodell makes about $30 million a year. Coach, I'll do the job for $22 million a year. Come on.
Well, if you're going to do it right. I mean, but that's the only thing I disagree with. Roger's a good man and he means well. I'm sure everything, but you can't judge, jury, and execution. That's pretty tough.
Yep. All right, to Donald Trump, I really was wrong on this one. I had said yesterday there's no way he signs his pledge not to run as an independent, but he did.
The best way for the Republicans to win is if I win the nomination and go directly against whoever they happen to put up. And for that reason, I have signed the pledge.
So this is a conversation from September 2015. Just to put this all in context, you're on ESPN 93.5.
Here's your pledge. No, I see no circumstances under which I would tear up that pledge.
All right, Johnny, politically, what was he doing here?
Well, he definitely lost some of the hardcore Republicans when he said he wouldn't sign the pledge, and he was always going to if he did well, or if he felt like things were fair. I really think that was actually mostly true. He felt like he needed to be treated right, and Reince Priebus, the Republican National Committee chairman, was fair to him, he says. But the other part of it, too, Coach, he was running out of time to be an independent. It takes months to get on the ballot and get all the signatures and do all the paperwork to get on the ballot as an independent candidate in 50 states. He was running out of time. If he would have started doing that, it would have been a very poor political move. So I think as a front runner, this was as good a time as any. And
he's pretty smart because all he does is keep himself in the news every day. And that's what it always comes down to, really. And whether you like him or you don't, I mean, he's an interesting guy, and he makes a lot of sense in some areas. I don't agree with the way he says some things, but he says a lot of things a lot of people would like to say, don't have the guts to say.
Yeah, why can't I take my eyes off of him when he's doing a press conference?
The hair gets you.
He rates. I mean,
well, no, I'm just kidding. He's listen, I kind of like him, but I like Ben Carson a lot too. I don't know who's going to win this thing. I don't know who should win it, but I know that 8 years ago, the guy that won it, he wasn't going to be the great hope for America, and he won it. And look where we're at now. I mean, so where are we going? We aren't going anywhere but up. Believe me.
Well, and I think that whoever gets the Republican nomination will win, and particularly if Hillary Clinton is the nominee, because she's not going to win.
Well, I don't think she can be the nominee now. I mean, that'll be tough, John, for her to make it now.
I think that's right. She's really...
Well, this story came out today. Radar Online, some other place had... I don't know. It can't be true, but maybe it is. Somebody says they have the emails for $500,000. You can take a look. Now, I guess that's possible out there, but that's what's floating around today.
Well, they actually released some that... I don't know if they're made up, but they say here's some sampling. It's like you show a video of your hostage. They did some sampling releases, and very interesting and not very good for Hillary.
No, not bad, not good at all.
All right, we go to the guy you just mentioned. Ben Carson has been rising. He's essentially second in everything I'm seeing, except maybe the New Hampshire where Kasich is second. But Ben Carson.
Here's the problem with those utopian societies. It's not that we are the first ones to be thinking about that. There have been others. They all end up looking exactly the same, with a small group of elites at the top who control everything, a rapidly vanishing middle class, and a vastly expanded dependent class.
Why is he resonating so much, Johnny?
Once again, we're replaying a moment in 2015 when Johnny and Stevie Jay were visiting with Coach Mike Ditka.
Well, he just speaks the truth.
Yeah,
He
that
knows
was true right there, what he said.
Yeah. And he's smart, and he's honest, and he seems honest, and he's accomplished things.
And he's not a politician. He's not a professional politician. So, he's a lifetime, and neither is Trump, really. He's a businessman. But this guy is just a good guy who has a good head on his shoulders.
Man, wouldn't that be something? I'd be so thrilled. Ben Carson would be fine by me. I mean, you got Trump, Carson, Fiorina, over 55% of the vote.
And Fiorina's a good lady, too. I mean, I like what she says.
Is it really going to happen where we do have an outsider, or is it going to go settle in and some guy that's already in office is going to do this thing?
Boy, I'll tell you, it looks like an outsider.
I think people want to change.
Yeah. I think they're fed up.
I think it's the year of the anti-politician. And that's just where.
Well, enough's enough. I mean, it's not good for the country. That's all. Sometimes you got to say what's good for the country. These people, it's not. All they're worried about is themselves.
All right, Carla Fiorina, by the way, looks like she'll make the CNN debate. There's a lot of discussion. They were doing too much polling before the first debate. Now they've said, okay, we're going to do more polling recently, and Carly's going to be in that debate. I don't know who drops out. But, boy, there's some drop by Scott Walker's dropped. Jeb Bush has been dropping. It's just something. I don't know how Rick Perry's still in this thing.
Well, there's a reason for it, and Rick Perry will drop, too.
Yeah.
Well, and, Stevie, I think they might have 11. I think they're...
Okay, gonna leave Rand Paul in there, Chris Christie in there, and just have 11. All right. Speaking of which, we've had these horrific stories about police officers targeted because of the uniform they're wearing. We, of course, have the Iran deal. Looks like that's going to go through. Meanwhile, my president, he is my president. I didn't vote for him, but he's my president. He's doing reality TV in Alaska.
Those who want to ignore the science, they are increasingly alone. They're on their own shrinking island. If we do nothing to keep glaciers from melting faster and oceans from rising faster and forests from burning faster and storms from growing stronger, we will condemn our children to a planet beyond their capacity to repair. Submerged countries, abandoned cities, fields no longer growing, indigenous peoples who can't carry out traditions that stretch back millennia.
I can't.
We're reliving some moments as Stevie Jay has the day off in 2015 when we had a conversation with Coach Mike Ditka and Stevie's brother Johnny here on ESPN 93.5 at 7:41.
I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out.
I mean, I would worry about the rise of ISIS a little bit more than an ice cap melting. I think that might be a little more dangerous. Wow. But, then again, I mean, it's totally amazing. It really is. But when you think about the whole last 8 years and where he came from and how he got to where he is, that's truly amazing, too. But then, hey, the American public is not the first time they've had to pull over their eyes, and they really had it pulled over this time. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you, this has precedent in history. Steve Nero fiddled while Rome burned.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you, that to me, there's an accountability with our president that says you have to say something about people shooting police because you told them that the police were out to get you. You and Al Sharpton. He's the one who started this kind of anti-police thing with this going along with these crazy stories and supporting what weren't facts for as long as they could without the video, finally convincing everyone, well, that's not what happened. And he needs to say something. Coach, he'll call people out of the blue for who knows what, but when police officers, law enforcement, are getting shot by people who think that they're out to get them, one reason because the President of the United States indicated and went along with the idea they were, I think he's accountable, and he needs to say something and not worry about the glaciers.
But what has he ever been accountable for?
Well,
come on, he's not going to say anything on that grounds. That would be doing the right thing, and he's not going to do the right thing. That's it. I mean, he's worried about his legacy now, whatever that would be. I would say that it could go down as being the worst president in the history of our country. Now, people will say, well, that's a little harsh, but no, I would say that, really.
I can't imagine.
At a time when we needed a leader, we got the worst choice we could have made.
Well, and you've got other issues with China and Russia being
absolutely.
You got Russian warships up near the Arctic. I mean, they're trying to claim that, Johnny, and you got China being aggressive in the Japan Sea. You got all these things occurring. They obviously know the clock's ticking, and they can do whatever they want right now.
Well, because he thinks he can talk his way out of it. That's what he thinks he can do, and he can't. And you're right. And those other countries you're talking about, they see the weakness. For the first time, they see the weakness in America, and it's because of our leadership.
Yeah, well, I tell you, that does sound a little bit out of context with his Alaska hiking, and then I didn't like it when he changed Mount McKinley to Denali, to be honest with you.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously the politicians in Ohio, where McKinley came from, are unhappy. The 25th president, he never did go see that mountain, but the Alaskans are happy, and for whatever reason, he wants to make them happy today. So I don't know.
Unbelievable.
It's really hard to follow this script. I keep shaking my head at it, Johnny, thinking it's going to change.
Yeah, no, it's not going to change, and why would you want to follow it? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out, and I think I'm certainly ready for a new era.
Ooh.
I hope it's a better one.
Are we really due for a really nice run, like a Reagan run? We had a great economic going on. I mean, we're due for something to feel better about our country. I mean, the President of the United States should come out and say enough of the killing of the police officers. He should come out and say, we're gonna make America. We don't hear anything. It's just dizzying.
Well, we hear that we need to do something about the glaciers melting.
Yeah.
And,
it's really funny. I mean, this you couldn't write a script for this guy.
Yeah.
You really couldn't. I mean, it would be hard to write a script to have it go the way it's gone with him. So, I mean, it's just what it is. And I don't know what's going on. I mean, a lot of things going on in the world right now. He's out on an island somewhere in Alaska. That's ridiculous.
Well, we have Illinois football coming up Friday night. It's a nationally.
We do have Illinois football coming up against EIU August 29th, and Illinois football with its first official workout tonight. So interesting to reflect back in September of 2015 as I had a little best of Stevie Jay with the day off today, and I thought it'd be fun to bring in some political chat from 2015 with Brother Johnny and Coach Mike Ditka. Cardinals win big, and we'll get your Redbird recap up shortly here on ESPN 93.5 with that 4-3 win over the Nationals. Texas Rangers with a 6:45 first pitch. Heard here on ESPN 93.5 tonight.
Tavis Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Friday night, Paul Goldschmidt hit a home run for hit number 2,000 in his career. On Sunday, he hit a big one to win a ball game. Goldschmidt swings and it's a drive. That goes deep to left field. It's a goner and a Redbird winner. Paul Goldschmidt walks it off for the Cardinals. The Cardinals run out of the dugout. There's going to be a team meeting at home plate. And the Cardinals salvaged a win, but Paul Goldschmidt put together a good weekend.
Yeah, a really terrific finish to the series against the Nationals. Didn't start out very well, but Goldie is really starting to swing the bat well. He's up to 16 home runs. Wilson Contreras also homered, and the Cardinals got the win behind Ryan Helsley. A pretty good start, a quality start for Miles Michaelis.
Pedro Pajas extending his hitting streak to 13 games with a 2-hit game, including a triple. The Rangers are in town to begin a 3-game series tonight. Nathan Eovaldi against Andre Palante. We're on the air at 5:50. Ricky has the lineups at 6:35. I'll bring you the first pitch at 6:45.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Cubs got a win yesterday, 7-3 over the Kansas City Royals. From Cincinnati, you'll hear the action with the Chicago Cubs here on over there across the hallway here at Stevie Jay Broadcasting on US 105.9. Boy, we had fun bringing on that country concert with Josh Turner on Friday night. We appreciate being involved with the Champaign County Fair. We also have some great stuff coming up. I was visiting at a birthday party yesterday at the Botanical Gardens in Lake of the Woods about Muhammad Music Festival presented by Fisher National Bank as you enjoy the Lions Beer Garden and the food court and all the craft vendors and the carnival rides. That starts after 5 on Friday, August 23rd. And they'll have a Pearl Jam cover band called Rear View performing in the evening late that night. And then, of course, all the activities Saturday, August 24th. It's kind of the big finale of the summer at Muhammad Music Fest, and they'll have a Christian band called Cochran and Company performing. They've also got their headliners of Drew Baldridge and then Dylan Scott. MuhammadMusicFest.com for details on that and who's performing on the Darwin Boston State Farm Insurance stage. Should be a lot of fun. So back to my sports. We have Team USA 110 and Serbia 84 when it comes to men's basketball. The women's soccer over Germany 4-1. So as far as the medal count goes so far, United States topping the charts with 12. We have 3 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze. China next with 9 medals, and France has 8. Did you see the opening ceremonies for the Olympics? If you have anything on your mind this morning, you're welcome to chime in. I know it's Monday and the rain is coming down, but and some people are in their last stretch before we have to start waking up early, or maybe you're starting to get the kids accustomed to getting up early and better, thinking through the sleeping in your home and nutrition and all of that as we get our game face on inside the next few weeks to get the kids back to school. And speaking of that, I've got your weather forecast here from our meteorologist, Greg Solier, and it's brought to you by Carl as you cross your child's yearly physical exam off your back-to-school list, or maybe they need a sports physical as they get back into the swing of things. Research a convenient location near you as you visit carl.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. It's the old Ring of Fire atmospheric setup across the area with clusters of thunderstorms over the top of that hot and humid heat wave weather pattern lurking over the southwestern Corn Belt, central and southern plains. None of that 100-degree heat expected. May feel like that with heat index values in the coming days, but otherwise pretty much par for the course late July, early August. Temperature and humidity levels, they're up this time of the year. And coming on down, showers, thunderstorms lurking to the north and west. They'll move through here early to mid-morning, take a break, come back in late this afternoon, but scattered there. Late day high 83, down tonight to about 70 with an evening shower, thunderstorm and spots, late night fog. And tomorrow and Wednesday is a patchy fog early on, partly sunny, hot, humid, a late morning, but more so afternoon shower, thunderstorm in a couple of spots. 90 tomorrow, 70s for lows tomorrow night, back up to 93 on Wednesday, 92 on Thursday, and about 86 on Friday. Slightly cooler, drier settles on in. Thunderstorm chances for Thursday and Friday as well, but dry for the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Does your bank keep rewards just out of reach? Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. While some banks save their reward programs for a select few, here at Fisher National, we offer free rewards checking to all of our customers. We are trying to reward you for the things you do every day. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive a statement electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's as easy as that. Rewards checking includes excellent 2.0 annual percentage yield for balances up to $20,000 and ATM refunds up to $20. Oh, and no minimum balance is required. Free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Rewards within reach and service beyond. See monthly requirements at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Fisher National Bank text line 217-359-2255. Good morning. It's 7:54. Stevie Jay with the day off. I'm Diane Ducey here on ESPN 93.5. We've got the Downtown Throwdown coming up this weekend. Not having enough fun this summer. Talk about a downtown party, and this will be great to hear some of these terrific bands, 4 of them in the lineup between 2 and 9 on Saturday. Champaign Center Partnership, Jenna, has a great lineup, and we've also got local vendors in the community zone. We've also got a balloon artist, Bubbles, face painting for the little festers who are involved, and you can tantalize your taste buds. It'll be a whole festival zone in downtown Champaign, and you can walk around and get different samples of pasta and hot dogs with the Downtown Throwdown food competition. So that's all coming up on Saturday, August 3rd. And you can get details from Champaign Center Partnership at champagncenter.com. I just love a good party. And this is a kind of a new concept that they've taken it up a notch, as you get a city-branded wristband and cup. And you can go from place to place and pick what you want and purchase your food and drinks at participating establishments, walk around, shop the local vendors, dance to the music with 4 different bands. It's a great concept. So join me and many others when we have this festival scene on Saturday, August 3rd. Again, Champaign Center Partnership working with the city of Champaign to bring this all together with Street Fest from 2 to 9 on August 3rd. ChampaignCenter.com has all the details. We've got your Fox News coming up next and Greg Soulier's forecast here on ESPN 93.5.
I'm Justin Ike, co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground.
So, Justin, tell me what you see as typical when it comes to sewer repair. Give me a scenario.
Your sewer's backed up and somebody comes along and says, you need this repair for X amount of dollars. Here's my price. And you don't think to go looking for another company or a second opinion because you don't feel like you have time.
So is it possible that you might get charged a little more because it's kind of a desperate moment? Do some companies do that?
Oh, absolutely they will. They know you're in a pinch. Typically, if you call us, me or Will can be out there within an hour to look at that problem for you. Whether you call me first or you call me second, make sure you give me a call.
Anything else, Justin?
You can always trust Fred's.
Great to know. Thank you. That's Justin Ike, the co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground. If you want more information about this great 45-year family-owned company, just go to fredscu.com. That's fredscu.com.
Illini family, this is Director of Athletics Josh Whitman. As we celebrate 100 years in Memorial Stadium, we are offering special prices on single-game football tickets for a limited time. Until July 29th, tickets will be the lowest you'll see all season, and that is our Family First promise. Don't miss out on Homecoming, Dad's Day, and our rededication of Memorial Stadium versus Michigan. Lock in the lowest price for your tickets before July 29th at fightingillini.com. ILL.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
He wants to end lifetime terms for Supreme Court justices. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and that's just one of the reforms that the Supreme Court President Biden's calling for.
The president making the case in a Washington Post op-ed calling first for a constitutional amendment that would make clear there is no immunity for crimes a former president commits while in office. He also says justices should be limited to 18-year terms, and presidents would nominate a justice every 2 years. President Biden says Supreme Court justices should also be bound by a code of conduct, calling the current voluntary ethics code weak and self-enforced.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern. Vice President Harris, who replaced the president as the presumptive Democratic 2024 nominee, just put out a statement. There's a crisis of confidence in the Supreme Court after ethics scandals and decision after decision overturning long-standing precedent. One of those involves abortion rights, and today a new law takes effect in Iowa,
preventing most abortions after about 6 weeks of pregnancy before many women know they're pregnant. Currently, 14 states have near total bans at all stages of pregnancy, and Iowa makes the fourth state to ban them after 6 weeks.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Officials in the Golan Heights keep going through the rubble of an attack Israel blames on Hezbollah from Lebanon, vowing retaliation.
Overnight, the Israeli cabinet met to discuss operational plans for offensive action against the Iran-backed group Hezbollah. This does come after a rocket attack in the Golan Heights killed 12 Druze children and teens.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. There's controversy over the vote in Venezuela. President Nicolas Maduro claims he won a third term, but Fox's Evan Brown reports
Maduro's main opponent, Edmundo Gonzalez, says the victory Maduro is claiming of 55 to 44% is unverifiable, and that Maduro's government is refusing to release tallies from 30,000 polling places now that their exit polling showed an opposition victory.
The U.S. is among the countries doubting the Venezuela election results. America's listening to Fox News.
Donald Trump Jr. here. Since January of 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but you can stop your losses by diversifying into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word SHELTER to 989898. That's SHELTER to the number 989898 to get your free info kit from Birch Gold now.
Message and data rates may apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Tomorrow, the Senate holds the next hearings into the Trump assassination attempt and security lapses, talking to the new acting director of the Secret Service.
The local SWAT team assigned to protect former President Donald Trump at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally earlier this month says they did not hear from Secret Service that morning. They said, quote, "We were supposed to get a face-to-face briefing with the Secret Service members whenever they arrived, and that never happened. We had no communication. I believe our team did everything humanly possible that day." The Secret Service responding to those claims, saying we are committed to better understanding what happened before, during, and after the assassination attempt of former President Trump to ensure that never happens again. Brooke Singman, Fox News.
There was a shooting last night in a park in Rochester, New York.
I looked up and I hear somebody yell, "He's got a gun, run."
One person was shot dead, 6 others injured. Police say they're looking for more than one suspect, so there might have been multiple shooters. Rochester Mayor Malik Evans is asking for the public's help.
People have their own cameras, there's city cameras, there's cameras all over the place. So we just need a tip. Nothing is too small.
There's an update in the fight against Alzheimer's disease.
Confirming if someone's memory problems are really caused by Alzheimer's requires a brain scan or spinal tap to spot one culprit, a sticky amyloid protein. Labs are offering tests to find clues in the blood instead, but they're not yet widely used because it's hard for doctors to tell which ones really work. Now, a Swedish study presented Sunday at the Alzheimer's Association's International Conference has identified a certain blood test which helped to improve diagnosis without more costly follow-up procedures. Jack Callahan, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could surge to start the week. Dow and NASDAQ futures are both up more than 100 points. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign-Urbana Public Health District held their third annual back-to-school event Saturday afternoon. 25 organizations from around Champaign County giving away school supplies and resources to students. Community Health Partnership of Illinois was also there, ensuring students were up to date on their physicals before school starts. The event returns again next summer. Champaign police opened a homicide investigation after 2 teens killed and another 2 victims hurt at a shooting on Sunday morning in the area of Cynthia and Anita Drives. Several were found with gunshot wounds. The victims treated by police and Champaign Fire until they could be taken to hospitals. One victim went to the hospital through personal transport. University of Illinois welcoming another class of thousands to campus in coming weeks, but some of those new students, their housing arrangements will look a little different. Housing officials say the number of first-year students who signed contracts for dorm rooms larger than anticipated. As a result, there is a shortage of dorm rooms. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, we're kind of in the back-to-school mode. We've got a gentle rain that's been coming down. We had some fog, but because of the rain, that's cleared out a bit. But I was reminding everybody, Greg, that you need to have your headlights on and things like that in some of the foggy conditions I came in here at ESPN 93.5. Our meteorologist, Greg Solier, rain-wise, I think it's helpful, right, for the farmers?
Yes, it continues to be that of a winding down El Nino weather pattern, so a little more rain that continues to be showing up here based on some of the earlier in the season longer range stuff. No complaints there. There's still a fair amount of heat showing up here for the month of August. Yeah, we're already in the 29th of July here. We'll do Stevie's part in reminding you of the date and the overall weather pick. Yeah, I struggle with the same thing some mornings. I ask Mrs. Weather Forecaster, what day of the week is it again? So I hear you there. Anyway, back to the matters at hand. Yeah, some rain across the area right now. All of Champaign County, some of the heaviest rainfall quickly moving through East Rantoul, Thomasboro, right down to about Ogden, St. Joe, and Homer. And then the back end of the rain is running from about Bloomington Normal down to and around, maybe Springfield. They've had some 1 to 2 inch rains when the stuff really came roaring out of Iowa and Minnesota on the overnight hours. So yeah, the rain is welcome. There's some heat coming our way. And boy, I tell you what, timely rain, proper heat, and even late season style helps everything along on the corn and especially some of those late planted soybeans. 71 now, Willard and Savoy, and excellent point you made as those raindrops come down, they collate and coalesce and kind of absorb the smaller rain droplets and moisture droplets in the air, i.e. fog. And yeah, visibility actually has come on up now at 3 miles at Willard and Savoy. There's 71 there, 78 Rantoul. So showers and thunderstorms here through about 10 or so this morning. A little hit and miss stuff until around maybe noontime at break, and then late this afternoon, things will tend to scatter out again with a high around 83 and high humidity. Foggy patches late night tonight, a shower thunderstorm this evening, lows near 70, tomorrow up to 90, and then 93 on Wednesday, both again, late morning, late afternoon, shower thunderstorm chances, muggy overnight lows with a touch of fog in the 70s. We finally move into some drier air with a shower chance lingering in early Friday at 86. Warm and dry for the weekend, lower humidity, not completely, but better. High temperatures Saturday and Sunday in the upper 80s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Thank you, Greg. All right. We've got your forecast that was brought to you by Fisher National Bank. Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. They offer a free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit card purchases. No service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's super simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking and learn more at any branch of Fisher National Bank. Visit FisherNational.com. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC. A great conversation as Dr. Sue Mantell came into our studios on Friday afternoon. And with Stevie Jay having the day off, I thought we'd relive some of these moments. A conversation with Dr. Sue Mantell with the GOP here in Champaign County. Champaign.gop to get in touch with her or anything she's saying. We also have Brother Johnny and Stevie J.
Spot with her.
I don't either, but I don't think, what I don't want to do is have the Republicans let their guard down. We have to go all in on their policy because regardless of her laugh, regardless of her shirking duties, the reality is she is far, far, far left, way farther left than even Bernie Sanders. She was reported to be the most far left senator in the Senate at one point in time. And everyone needs to know that. So if they want socialism, Kamala Harris is the way to go.
Yep. Susan's going to come on in and be on a mic here in a second, Johnny, but I wanted you to hear the overnight news.
Kamala.
Hello. Hi.
Hey there.
Hi, you're both together.
Hollywood production, Barack and Michelle Obama fully endorse now Kamala Harris, Johnny. So,
well, because there's no other options now. They again given the media the marching orders. She's like a combination of Mother Teresa, Margaret Thatcher, and Joan of Arc, and so we got to listen to that for a while. But she's not going to hold up. It's funny, Steve, because what we've been saying for a while, we got a busy signal. You hear that one,
I got
Steve?
it done. Yep.
For a while we've been saying they don't have enough time. They're out of time. There's only 100 days. Steve, they got too much time left now to close the deal with Kamala. There's too long between now and November. Everything's going to come out.
But she's very Gavin Newsom to me. And Susan Mantell, somebody told her 7:45. Well, it must have been me. Anyway, thanks for driving. Anyway, she is very Gavin Newsom from the standpoint she's very good when she's reading. She's really good. She's not had no word salads lately because they're keeping her on the teleprompter. But if she starts ad-libbing like the debate or something, that'll be interesting to see how deep she can go in some of the issues. But bottom line is, I agree with Dr. Mantell. You've got to hit the policies. They are a disaster.
But we're going to hit the policy. You got to realize that Joe was dumped because the people in America don't like the way things are going. That's why his poll numbers were down. They made it, he's not competent to be president. But the policies, and take Joe's policies and double it. I mean, again, she was going to balance the ticket to the left for Joe. That's why they picked her. And so I don't think they'll be able to sell it. This first few days, he can talk.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
Right.
And so I think they're in trouble.
Well, I hope so, but Dr. Mantell, it's a machine we're working against here. These guys are good.
No, that's right.
And I'm telling you, too, I said, and you can't talk about this, but what happens at 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning has happened over and over again, but you can't say what happened with the election. Conspiracy! January 6th! Conspiracy! I mean, they just hit you so hard on that.
Well, in Champaign County, I would encourage everyone to look at the YouTube videos of the county board, and you will see how dysfunctional the Champaign County Democrats are.
Well, the progressives have taken over, haven't they?
Well, they're all fighting amongst themselves. They spent about 3 hours the other night fighting amongst themselves.
All quote Democrats. But
yes.
Is it different levels of Democrat? And if you're
different types of Democrats
you're
that don't
far
get
left
along.
progressives is what I have the problem with.
Yeah, well, I don't even know how to classify them, but they all fight amongst themselves.
So why would a Republican try and go into that hornet's nest and waste 4 hours every meeting?
Ooh, yeah. Well, we have a few that are. We have 6 candidates for the county board.
Like Susan is in charge of the Republicans in Champaign County, Johnny.
Right. I mean, she's doing I'm disappointed. I think that, and I'm one of those, what do you call them, election deniers. But I do question methods of voting and look at how are we doing this and is it vulnerable. I do not think students should be able to vote, students who aren't from Champaign County and aren't going to stay here. And that's a problem. And then you have the same-day registration. That's a problem. You're going to have mass signatures if you do check them, if you register the same day and then vote. And so I don't know. It's open, Dr. Mantell, and as a result, we seem to get all Democrats. Every time they have these mail-ins, there's all Democrats win. And so it's an institution in terms of their way of delivering the vote, and that's probably the biggest issue we have if it's as bad as some think, because we can't speak. The people are silenced if that vote is compromised.
I agree. So the only thing that Republicans can do in Champaign County is make sure they vote. Right. When we look at the statistics, we did have about 9,800 Republicans who did not vote in the last election. We lost every race by about 7,000 votes, and Sam Lementato lost by about 1,400. So if all of those Republicans would have voted, there's a good chance we may have overcome whatever shenanigans may be occurring. Right. But, I have been in contact with the clerk, trying to determine how he's going to make sure that non-citizens don't vote. I've been in contact with the State Board of Elections. We're going to work to try to get information out to the public to remind people that if you're not a citizen and you vote, it's a felony and you can be deported. Well, and that's just the reality, but whether we can make that happen.
You talk about Sam, but I'm telling you, Stevie, he's winning. And then they're not done counting, and here comes these boxes of votes. Where'd they come from? Well, we've collected them. They were voting in the box. But are you sure they're good? 100%. What do you mean 100%? Oh yeah, they're good. We're going to check them all. And of course, they usually go 70-80% Democrat. Well, how do you know that? Well, they do. And so he loses.
Are there more Democrats in Champaign County now than Republicans or not?
It's about a 50-50 split. And then, it's actually about a third. So about a third are independents.
Yeah. But the mail-in boxes are usually 75 or 80%. And then we're saying, well, the Democrats just like to do that earlier. Okay, maybe not. How do we know that? And that's what I say. You got to stop doing it, because Jimmy Carter said we can't trace those. There's nothing you can do to be sure to certify those votes.
But we have to win first.
Well, yeah, you got to win.
Well, I mean, I suspect if we win everything, then we will change the law, and that's, I know, it's like a vicious circle, right?
How did you get 6 people?
It's a catch-22, right?
How did you get 6 people to run for the county board? That's good work.
Well, so we have Lucas Atwood, who had run in the past. He basically got fed up with seeing what was happening and decided to put his hat back in the ring. And then Latrina Pete is was a long-term Democrat turned Republican back in the, when Trump came to office, and she wants to get involved. So she's in County Board 8. So those are 2 new ones. We also have Ben Crane, who is running for Jim Goss's, when Jim Goss was in the seat. Now Mike Smith is there, but he didn't want to stay long term, and so Ben Crane is running in his spot, and that's a strong Republican district, so he's running unopposed.
All right, so the message of Republicans from the head of the Republican Party in Champaign County, Dr. Susan Mantell, MD, vote.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you say there's 9,200 didn't vote, I mean, are they still Republican? Maybe they switched. Maybe they They're just so apathetic. They don't want to get involved.
Well, these are Republicans that don't always vote, but they always vote Republican. So we have the data to show that when they vote, they always vote Republican.
Can't call 9,200 of them, can we? Could you please go vote?
Well, actually, we do. We have technology. We'll be texting them. We'll be calling them. We want people to get involved so that they can help us do that. From the moment that early voting starts, we're going to be chasing every vote. That's one of the jobs of the precinct committeemen that we have. We're also continuing to try to recruit precinct committeemen to try to help us with that job.
Well, so step up, champaign.gop if you feel passionate about it, just like Dr. Sue Mantell, who joined the show on ESPN 93.5 on Friday. So that's a pretty current conversation. Here's our meteorologist, Greg Soye, with today's forecast before our Fox Business Minute.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Benanvis, Sydney, and scattering weekend rainfall and the first of a couple of rounds of rainfall that are back in for the first half of the week in particular, lurking to the west of us. We'll move on through this morning with showers and thunder and humidity up and climbing further with a high later today up to about 83. And we'll get a couple of 2 or 3 hours of pretty much steady, if not on and off, showers and thunderstorms for the morning. Hit and miss back in late this afternoon and evening time. A muggy overnight low with late night fog to about 70 for the low. Tomorrow, patchy fog early on, becoming partly sunny, hot and humid. Shower thunderstorm in spots late morning, more so for the afternoon. The high around 90. Light wind will bottom out muggy to 73 with an evening thunderstorm chance tomorrow night. Wednesday, a lesser rain chance in the afternoon, partly sunny, hot, humid after a touch of morning fog. Highs up to 93. Widely scattered showers, thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. 92 on Thursday, 86 on Friday. Slightly drier air with highs.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
McDonald's global sales declined 1% in its recent quarter. The drop was a surprise, even though the fast food giant previously warned that it was seeing cash-strapped customers pulling back. It was also tougher for McDonald's to beat year-ago sales, which saw a big bump from a promotion, its Grimace-themed shake. And the conflict in the Middle East and slow recovery in China also impacted McDonald's. Still, the company is standing by its forecast for the year, and McDonald's shares are higher. China's answer to Amazon, Alibaba, may be raising fees for vendors who sell things on the site. Bloomberg says Alibaba plans to start charging a service fee of 0.6% on transactions, though it may be waived for smaller merchants. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
Interesting people are talking to Will Kane.
I said, what do I call you? I call you Dwayne. I call you The Rock. He said, now that I own it, I can call you The Rock.
Yes, I own it now. You can call me The Rock.
Our next guest needs no introduction. It is Dr. Jordan Peterson, my old friend and frenemy, Stephen A. Smith.
What is going on here? I see the Will Kane Show in the background. I see the microphone.
Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com. And get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
If you're looking for a great job, Spring Green is looking for you. Full-time, benefits and overtime, outside all day, work independently. How about full health insurance and a chance at matching funds for your 401k? Yes, Spring Green, your neighborhood lawn care team, serving all over Central Illinois. It's a great job, and if you're interested, connect with S. Imke, S-I-M-M-K-E at spring-green.net. S. Imke at spring-green.net.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Former chairwoman, Massachusetts Republican Party, founder of the Pocketbook Project, is Jennifer Nassour. How are you?
I am great. How are you doing?
Well, I was entertained, I guess, for several hours yesterday watching our Secret Service director. Might have been the worst testimony in the history of the United States. Maybe, Jennifer. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
It's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It's disgusting. And what I find really fascinating and gives me hope again in our process is that it wasn't just Republicans that were on her. It was Democrats too, who were asking her, why was there a failure? What happened? Who's responsible? And our head's going to roll. And she can't answer those questions.
Well, Alejandro Mayorkas is her boss, and he knows how to do this. So I think she got coached, and nothing's going to happen to her, right?
Correct. Well, it should. I mean, she should have been fired immediately. The head of advance should have been fired immediately. And how she has not even gone to the site yet. I mean, we see the footage of members of Congress, again, both sides going to the site, going to jump on the roof without any help. And so there was such a failure here, such incompetence. But you know what? Incompetence could have really been that she was culpable for the death of a major party nominee for president.
Scary, and I'm thinking, based on the information that's coming in, that perhaps somebody did have them in their sights and didn't shoot. And I don't get that. I don't understand that. And I don't understand the local police officer who caught a view of them, and the killer turned to shoot with his rifle, and he fell off the roof, and there was no communication for 2 full minutes where you can't say, don't get the president covered. Just so many things.
So many things. So many things that have gone wrong here, and so many answers that we need, and it just doesn't seem like she is going to answer anything. And that at that point, she's got to go, and it's up to the current president to issue the statement to his people and say, hey, Mayorkas, she's got to go. This is an embarrassment. I mean, at the end of the day, it's super. Thank God it didn't go worse. Thank God it wasn't a quarter of an inch further toward Trump. But I mean, heads have to. Yeah. She has to answer these questions. Everyone needs to know, because this could happen to any elected official, which is why those members of Congress are upset right now. And it could happen to anyone who's out there at a rally. It could happen. I mean, unfortunately, life was lost and people were hurt. And there's more here than just playing games at Congress.
It's a zero-fail profession. It's not easy, but man, oh man, that was bad. Yeah. Jennifer Dussour on the Tammons Showing phone line. All right, Kamala Harris is getting anointed. Why don't they have an open thing at their convention?
You mean like the Democrats having some sort of democracy?
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is phenomenal. I think it's really interesting on their behalf to be doing this. And if I was someone who wanted to run for president, like Gretchen Whitmer or Gavin Newsom, I would be incredibly aggravated and frustrated right now that they are just anointing her without any sort of testing. She's been the vice president for 4 years. She's done nothing. They've kept her in a box. They've kept her aside. They don't want her to talk. Every time she goes out, she's an embarrassment. And now they're trying to rebrand her as something cool because they have nothing else for this woman.
Well, I think they'll probably do a pretty good job rebranding her, but I think Greg Gutfeld said it best. When Kamala Harris speaks, it sounds like she's giving you a report on a book she hasn't read. It is, but it's just like, oh my gosh, and this is it? This is our best?
Well, again, I mean, that's what happens when you anoint kings and queens, right? I mean, you get what you get. And I guess you can't get upset if you're a Democrat, but here's what I have to say. 51% of the country considers themselves to be independent, and those people, they need to be wooed. So Democrats could be happy about this, and just say, okay, we're coordinating her. But at the end of the day, people's true colors show, and, it's just a little over 100 days until the election. That's enough time, by the way, in politics to really do some damage.
And also, isn't it possible that if something in the next 3 weeks don't go well, they will open it up? Is this why Barack Obama's been silent?
Absolutely. I mean, here's my little crystal ball. Here's what I think. They needed to put her out there. Otherwise, you really piss off black female voters. And so they can't do that. So, and minority voters, they're going to make them mad. And so they have to put Kamala out there.
Yeah, I agree.
But what's going to happen is she's going to fall on her sword, like she always does. She's going to say something dumb. She's going to mess up. And they have until August 8th in Ohio to get the ballot all situated.
Mm-hmm.
But they still have until, the 19th of August, until their convention, to really make a decision. And I think at that point, that's when you're going to see, all the names come out. And I think that the slate of people that have been put out there for VP candidates, I think that's actually really the presidential nominee slate.
Very interesting. Well, again, she's got a few weeks to make her pitch, but she's already getting the delegate commitment. I guess that can go back and forth. That's not the commitment is as long as it's a commitment, then it might not be.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we'll see. This is certainly unprecedented what we're watching. No question about it. Jennifer Nassour, how can people connect with you?
You can find me on Twitter at Jennifer Nassour, or check me out on Political Contessa, my podcast, or Fox Plus Project.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Great talking to you.
Another Johnny jumped in.
Stevie Jay having a conversation on July 23rd. It's funny how things have changed just days. Every day it seems like it's something new. And, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle, it was the beginning of the conversation about her testimony about the assassination attempt, and now she has stepped down since then. I'm Diane Ducey. Thanks so much for listening. We're ESPN 93.5. Your Fox News up next.
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com. They are what's best for your truck.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this
PDR.
Looking for the best deal on your next vehicle? Visit Sarah Champagne, where your dream car awaits. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, they've got it all. Their unbeatable prices and exceptional customer service make car buying a breeze. Plus, with their hassle-free financing options, driving off in your new ride has never been easier. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, Subaru, Buick, GMC. Visit them today. Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, Champagne.com.
President Biden's calling for 18-year term limits and a code of conduct for Supreme Court justices. Also a constitutional amendment to limit presidential immunity.
Joe Biden releasing a new op-ed this morning, saying in part, I have great respect for our institutions and separation of powers. What is happening now is not normal, and it undermines the public's confidence in the court's decisions, including those impacting personal freedom. We now stand in a breach.
Fox's Todd Pyro. Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro and his opponent both say they won yesterday's election, with Maduro declared the winner.
Edmundo Gonzalez says the victory Maduro is claiming of 55 to 44% is unverifiable, and that Maduro's government is refusing to release tallies from 30,000 polling places now that their exit polling showed an opposition victory.
Fox's Evan Brown. President Maduro says he's been reelected to a third 6-year term. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign police open a homicide investigation after 2 teens killed, another 2 victims hurt at a shooting on Sunday morning in the area of Cynthia and Anita Drives. Several were found with gunshot wounds. The victims treated by police and Champaign Fire until they could be taken to hospitals. One victim went to the hospital through personal transport. University of Illinois welcoming another class of thousands to campus in coming weeks, but some of those new students, their housing arrangements will look a little different. Housing officials say the number of first-year students who signed contracts for dorm rooms larger than anticipated. As a result, there is a shortage of dorm rooms. Champaign-Urbana Public Health District held their 3rd annual back-to-school event Saturday afternoon. 25 organizations from around Champaign County giving away school supplies and resources to students. Community Health Partnership of Illinois was also there, ensuring students were up to date on their physicals before school starts. The event returns again next summer. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Our temperature is 73 here on July 29th. I'm Diane Ducey, Stevie Jay with the day off here on ESPN 93.5. Our meteorologist Greg Solier calling for the foggy conditions this morning, and we've had some light rain. More details now.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. It's the old Ring of Fire atmospheric setup across the area with clusters of thunderstorms over the top of that hot and humid heat wave weather pattern lurking over the southwestern Corn Belt, central and southern plains. None of that 100-degree heat expected. May feel like that with heat index values of the coming days, but otherwise pretty much par for the course late July, early August. Temperature and humidity levels, yeah, they're up this time of the year. And coming on down, showers and thunderstorms lurking to the north and west. They'll move through here early to mid-morning, take a break, come back in late this afternoon, but scattered there. Late day high 83, down tonight to about 70 with an evening shower, thunderstorm in spots, late night fog. And tomorrow and Wednesday, some patchy fog early on, partly sunny, hot, humid, a late morning, but more so afternoon shower, thunderstorm in a couple of spots. 90 tomorrow, 70s for lows tomorrow night, back up to 93 on Wednesday, 92 on Thursday, and about 86 on Friday. Slightly cooler, drier settles on in. Thunderstorm chances for Thursday and Friday as well, but dry for the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Rochas, Greg Solgay.
Your favorite Mexican restaurant, El Toro on West Springfield in Champaign, is still open 7 days a week despite the construction on West Springfield. If you're craving those mouth-watering Mexican dishes, just enter from the east. When you see the barricade at Springfield and Kenwood, look for their special driveway. It'll guide you straight to El Toro. El Toro will be serving up your favorites all through the construction for the next 5 months. Open daily and ready to welcome you. El Toro, your destination for authentic Mexican cuisine, even during construction.
Norm Miller here, chairman of Interstate Batteries. You know, without batteries, life would be pretty lifeless. That's why Interstate All Battery Centers carry them in every size, shape, and style so you can drive, drill, call, film, or do whatever it is you want to do. Stop in today. They've got the power to keep you going. Interstate All Battery Center. Outrageously dependable.
Interstate All Battery Center. You'll find them outrageously dependable just over Interstate 74 at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign, with batteries for most every application in stock.
He heads up the franchise consulting company and the Great American Franchise Expo. He's the author of the Franchise MBA. Nick Neonakis. Is that correct? Did I say that right, Nick?
You nailed it, man. Better than any Greek I've ever heard. What's going on, Stevie J?
Are you in Spain?
I am, yeah. I'm about an hour outside of Valencia, Spain right now. I own a castle hotel here called the Hotel de la Villa. If you guys would like to come, you're going to be my guest.
Hotel
Villa Villa.
Villa Villa. Can I get a franchise in Champaign-Urbana, Illinois?
I'm sure we could find one, but not for this. It'd be a little tough to replicate. There's plenty of other great ones out there.
That's great. Nick, you're the big entrepreneur. You've done this work. I guess I'm almost nervous to go into the subject of the 10 most offensive things you can do at a restaurant, because I can't imagine. I can't even be creative enough to think what some people think is okay in a restaurant. So give me some golden
nuggets. None of your
here.
listeners.
Yeah, give me none of our. No, nobody would listen to us.
Definitely not.
No, nobody would in our audience would do such things. But what are some things that would shock you, us, about people's behavior in restaurants?
You know, the number one thing, well, if you're Greek, it's breaking plates. Don't do that in a non-Greek restaurant. They don't like that. But outside of that, you know, the number one thing that drives restaurateurs loco is when people order food, they eat all of it, and then they complain and say they're not going to pay. That's theft. The other is kids. If you're bringing your kids out, it's not a playground. They can't just run around. They're people that are trying to enjoy their meal. Be respectful. Those are the things that really irk people.
I see. I didn't know about the breaking plate. So if you like it, you break the plate? What's the tradition among Greeks on that?
It's sort of like, if you're in a festive mood and you want to dance, so you take the plate, you break it, and go, opa! And all your Greek listeners laughing right now, going, oh, yeah, we love doing that.
Do the Greeks like my big fat Greek wedding? Is that offensive or funny?
Some of it's pretty funny. There's some mildly offensive stuff there, but the stereotypes are true, including spraying the Windex. It works.
Is that right? So my right elbow seriously kind of hurts today. If I give it a squirt of Windex, I'm better?
100%. It's even better if somebody just comes up and surprises you with the Windex. That's how you know they care.
It is so funny. All right, so the restaurant business, in all seriousness, is struggling right now. I think people are holding on to their wallets. Inflation's gone nuts. You go to the grocery store and buy meat, you're into $150. It's crazy, Nick.
Yes.
How are we surviving with these mom and pops out there just trying to make a living?
It's tough, Food costs have spiraled out of control. Employee costs have skyrocketed. It's tough to find people to work. Now you've got legislation that's increasing minimum wages. And these are hardworking people. These are the people that sponsor the Little League team. This is what makes America great. And they've been struggling through COVID, trying to, keep it open. And then you get people that come in and they're not respectful. I think it's sort of like the last straw. And that's why I think you're seeing this backlash against poor behavior, because when people go out to eat, it should be an occasion. And if it's really expensive, it's a special occasion. And that's where I think you're seeing this stuff.
Okay. So any advice as far as getting a franchise? Obviously, if they've laid it out, they've figured it out, you're going to pay some money back. You got to pay quite a bit to get into it. But they're more successful than just, I'm going to open a pancake store.
They typically are because, you've got the branding, the marketing. You're probably purchasing food at a lower cost because it's part of a big group that's all buying the same stuff, pancake flour, maple syrup. And so by and large, franchising has really been growing. And I'd like to make your listeners a special offer. If they text the word franchise to 26786, that's 26786, I'm going to send them a free copy of my book, The Franchise MBA, or they can buy it for $16.95 on Amazon. But I love what you guys do. The show's awesome. Your listeners are the best. And I want to give you guys a little special gift. Text franchise to 26786, and they'll get the #1 best-selling book in the country from us for being listeners of
So
yours.
we do our homework like reading your book. We'll have much more, positioning and intelligence, because to get into a franchise, you got to find some money to buy in. And it's a lot of work. And you said about it's hard finding people to work. They might come on Wednesday, but they ain't coming Thursday. How do you get through that? Is it all going to be AI someday?
It is. There's a lot of robotics that are starting to come in that you're seeing, especially with the franchise brands, because they tend to be more on the cutting edge. And, let's say if you go to a McDonald's and you use the kiosk to order, that's an example of front of the house technology, right? They're taking somebody from behind the cash register. Next thing you're starting to see is robotic cooking that's happening, fries, burgers, and so forth. So what's happening is a lot of the labor is starting to come out of the restaurants because it's so hard to find and it's so expensive.
That's so fascinating. So 10 years from now, the whole fast food industry could be changed.
It could be one person is running a restaurant that before you needed 20 or 30 to run.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely going that way because we got to eat no matter what happens, right? We still have to eat. And that's, I think technology, at the end of the day, we're America. And whatever problems come up, it could be food inflation, it could be a pandemic, a war. I don't care what it is. We're going to figure out a way through it, over it, under it, and we will continue to prosper. We are the greatest country on the planet, and that is the American dream is business ownership, and that's never going to change.
What office are you running for again, Nick?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Where's your
Great American?
That's the beauty of our country. I can't go to Athens and become Greek, but you can come to America and be an American. I love that. Man,
that's right.
It's awesome.
All of us are, right?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what is that? Before I let you go, I was going to look up your hotel. What city again?
It's in Rubielos de Mora in the mountains of Aragon, like Catherine of Aragon.
What?
And the website is Hotel DELAVILLA, hoteldelavilla.com.
Man, it must be gorgeous. How many rooms?
We've got 14 rooms. We've got a 246-seat restaurant, 2 bars on the property. It was built in the 16th century, and it's been a labor of love.
You don't
really awesome.
You don't need any HVAC, I bet. You're probably good. Just the air. It's probably so clear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's clear, it's clean, it's beautiful. We'd love to have you and your listeners come.
Well, we could fill all 14 rooms, that's for sure.
That's right.
Easy. That might be kind of fun. Do you go into what? You go into Madrid? Where do you go?
You know, if you want to fly direct from Chicago, you'd fly right to Madrid. You could connect to Valencia. It's about a 3-hour drive through the mountains to get from Madrid. It's a wonderful drive. A lot of Game of Thrones episodes were shot all around here with the castle.
We also have a company called Stevie Jay Travel, so we
Yes.
seriously do group tours. So maybe we'll come and hang with you up there in the mountains. That'd be pretty gorgeous. Nick
love to
Neonakis,
have you.
how can people find and connect with you, sir?
If you text the word franchise to 26786, we're going to send you a copy of the book, and you'll get all our contact info. Whatever we can do to help, we will. If it's helping finding funding for a franchise, we work with all the major banks. Just text franchise to 26786, and we're going to send you a great gift. And no kidding, if you guys want to come to Spain, you will be my guests. We will roll out the red carpet. You got the keys to the castle.
Thank you. Yeah, Nick, we decided on June and July that we need all the rooms and it'll be good. And yeah, anyway, it's awesome. We'll hopefully talk again, but congratulations on your success, and you're terrific on the radio. Thanks for being on.
Thanks, gang.
ESPN 93.5. It's 8:44. Temperatures at 73. We've had some light rain. We'll have partly sunny conditions and a high 86 by 4 o'clock this afternoon, according to our meteorologist Greg Solier. Stevie J with the day off today. Your sports headlines are next.
Whether your project is below ground, above ground, or you're just breaking ground, United Rentals has the equipment and tools you need. They rent and sell everything from forklifts and backhoes to scissor lifts, trench shoring systems, and portable restrooms. They also offer a complete range of industrial tools for any job, small or large. Count on United Rentals for the world's largest rental fleet, backed by a team of equipment experts ready to help you get the job done. For the branch nearest you, visit UnitedRentals.com or call 800-UR-RENTS.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
What is most important in your life? This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
It's 8:46, your sports headlines, including the St. Louis Cardinals with a great ending yesterday as the Cardinals beat the Nationals 4-3. Here's your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Friday night, Paul Goldschmidt hit a home run for hit number 2,000 in his career. On Sunday, he hit a big one to win a ball game.
Goldschmidt swings and it's a drive. That goes deep to left field. It's a goner and a Redbird winner. here. Paul Goldschmidt walks it off for the Cardinals. The Cardinals run out of the dugout. There's going to be a team meeting at home plate.
And the Cardinals salvaged a win, but Paul Goldschmidt put together a good weekend.
Yeah, a really terrific finish to the series against the Nationals. Didn't start out very well, but Goldie is really starting to swing the bat well. He's up to 16 home runs. Wilson Contreras also homered, and the Cardinals got the win behind Ryan Helsley. A pretty good start, a quality start for Miles Michaelis.
Pedro Pajas extending his hitting streak to 13 games with a 2-hit game, including a triple. The Rangers are in town to begin a 3-game series tonight. Nathan Eovaldi against Andre Palante. We're on the air at 5:50. Ricky has the lineups at 6:35. I'll bring you the first pitch at 6:45.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Cubs got a win yesterday. The final was 7-3, and they have a series starting up over on US 105.9 against Cincinnati with the first pitch at 6:10. Jameson Catalan on the mound against Carson Spears for the Reds. Seattle over the Chicago White Sox. That final was 6-3. Illinois football with the first official workout going on tonight. And of course, we're looking forward to the season beginning on a Thursday, August 29th at 8 o'clock against EIU. We've got the Olympics going on. Did you happen to see some of the opening ceremony and all the pageantry that happened on Friday evening? I was at the Champaign County Fair checking out the Josh Turner Show and didn't see much of it. I still need to YouTube some of those moments. I know the fireworks were great. Team USA beat Serbia 110-84 in men's basketball, and in women's soccer, USA beat Germany 4-1. We lead the medal count with 12, 3 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze at this point on the individual medals. And China has 9. France is third with 8 at this point. Are you taking in some of the Olympics? You can always chime in and let us know how you're feeling. As our text line brought to you by Fisher National Bank is 217-359-2255. Love hearing from you. Let's see. We also have some football news when it comes to NFL action. Of course, we've got the Chicago Bears. And Thursday will be a preseason game. Houston Texans and Chicago Bears as we begin August. 7 o'clock on Q96. If you're an Indianapolis Colts fan, I saw that owner Jim Irsay attended Sunday's training camp practice. He's been rehabbing after a major lower body surgery and wasn't walking yesterday, but at least he attended, so he might be on the mend. We're ESPN 93.5. It is 8:50, and we've got your forecast coming up next.
Look at that. Look at it. A pile of junk, a stack of rubbish, some buckets of yuck. Are you tired of looking at it? 2 Minute Junk Truck is available for junk removal or dumpster rentals to get rid of your heap of muck, accumulations of dreck, and mountains of cast-offs. Go to 2minutejuncktruck.com and schedule your time. Let us help you make room for what matters most. 2minutejuncktruck.com for your junk removal and dumpster rentals.
Our forecast brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. It's the old Ring of Fire atmospheric setup across the area with clusters of thunderstorms over the top of that hot and humid heat wave weather pattern lurking over the southwestern Corn Belt, central and southern plains. None of that 100-degree heat expected. May feel like that with heat index values in the coming days, but otherwise pretty much par for the course late July, early August. Temperature and humidity levels, yeah, they're up this time of the year. And coming on down, showers and thunderstorms lurking to the north and west. They'll move through here early to mid-morning, take a break, come back in late this afternoon, but scattered there. Late day high 83, down tonight to about 70 with an evening shower thunderstorm response, late night fog. And tomorrow and Wednesday is a patchy fog early on, partly sunny, hot, humid, a late morning, but more so afternoon shower thunderstorm at a couple of spots. 90 tomorrow, 70s for lows tomorrow night, back up to 93 on Wednesday, 92 on Thursday, and about 86 on Friday. Slightly cooler, drier settles on in. Thunderstorm chances for Thursday and
and Friday as well, but drive for the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
This is Eddie Clare, president of Paul's. Are you looking for a career and not just a job?
Paul's is looking for outside sales representatives for commercial and industrial customers. Are you a goal-oriented self-starter?
We have a great benefit package including 2 weeks of paid vacation from day one, a company bonus, health, vision, dental for you and for your family, a 401k with a match. Let Paul's create big possibilities for you, your career, and your life. Apply online at paulsmachine.com.
It's Mahomet Music Festival, August 23rd and 24th, presented by Fisher National Bank. Enjoy the Lions Beer Garden with Bud Light, with local craft vendors and carnival rides. It all starts at 5, Friday, August 23rd. Get a VIP ticket for Tapman's Towing Tent, close to the stage, as you enjoy music from Lexi Teifel, Jake and Michaela. Then, on the State Farm stage at 9 o'clock, enjoy the Pearl Jam Tribute Band, Rear View. Saturday, August 24th at 9 a.m., take in a parade. At 11 a.m., the Christian band Cochran & Company performs on the Darwin Boston State Farm Insurance stage. There will be 2 sessions for the arm bands from noon to 4 and 6 to 10 for those kiddos. Adults can enjoy the Bags Tournament. Music from Stefan Huffman, Drew Baldridge, then the headliner, Dylan Scott at 9 p.m. Learn more at MahometMusicFest.com.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Hope your week is starting off pretty well. We had some foggy conditions when I came to work here at ESPN 93.5, our Stevie Jay Broadcasting Studios in downtown Philo. We've had some light rain as we get into things. Our meteorologist Greg Solier calling for these conditions at the beginning of the day, but partly sunny by 4 o'clock and a high of 86 expected. Not a bad week as we start up August. Can you believe that? It's on Thursday. And then we've got some great things to look forward to this weekend. When I was at the Champaign County Fair introducing Tiger Lily Gold, the sister duo out of North Dakota that entertained us, we had a great national anthem, and I had goosebumps with Chris Krebs singing the national anthem to get things started on Friday night. And then Josh Turner took the stage. So fun. Had a great time with Sydney Fun Days also happening. And coming up, Villa Grove Ag Days are always the first weekend of August. We're always keeping you in the loop as local festivals come our way and different events. We love that Urbana's Crystal Lake Park will host a huge art fair Saturday and Sunday with over 40 vendors. So if you're wanting to spruce things up in the office or in your home with some new pieces of art, they really have some exquisite vendors to visit the both August 3rd and 4th between 10 and 3. And thanks so much for the high fives that I'm getting. Always prizes in my pocket if you catch me, Diane Ducey, working the room is what I say. And it's so fun to high five so many listeners who are here on ESPN 93.5 with Stevie Jay and I in the morning. Stevie Jay with the day off today. And you can always listen to the show and any of the interviews or refer back to things that you might have heard and need to reference again with our toolbar that has a podcast feature. You tap into the show, move the cursor to the time, all good with our podcast here on StevieJ.com, StevieJay.com. You can do that anytime or reach out to us if you'd like to connect, 217-359-2255. So many people are looking forward to the Cardinals and hopefully keeping up their winning ways. Paul Goldschmidt getting that leading off the ninth with his walk-off homer, his 8th career walk-off, and I believe 16th home run of the season. So we'll look forward to Andre Palante taking the mound as we get ready for a series to start up against the Texas Rangers. 6:45 first pitch, heard here on ESPN 93.5. Of course, you've got The Drive with Lon Tay and Derek Piper, Kyle Tosk, and Jimmy Sebeski. Make sure you're listening to that. And again, always accessible to you online at steviejay.com. Thanks so much for taking us along. I'm Diane Ducey. Enjoy your day. We are ESPN 93.5.
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry. From a basic sewer pipe repair to replacing a sewer main, installing a water line to installing a septic system, installing underground utilities for a new construction project to rehabilitating the old pipes under a school. Lands has the most versatile and experienced team in the industry. Residential, commercial, and industrial, when it comes to your underground pipes, think Lands Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
As Tapman's Towing celebrates 50 years of serving Central Illinois, we're always seeking good people to serve our great customers. Our team of expert tow professionals would like to interview others with CDLs, previous tow experience, or a strong interest in serving others. If you enjoy serving people, love working in the outdoors, and looking for a career, not just a job, we should talk soon. Do you have a strong desire but lack the experience? We should still talk. Visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
The 25th Annual Region I Golf Outing for Special Olympics Illinois athletes will be hosted by the University of Illinois Orange Golf Course Friday, August 2nd. Registration and lunch starts at 11 with the shotgun start at noon. Appetizers and prizes are between 4 and 6. Support this great event with Rosati's, Dick's House of Sport, Apex Clean Energy, and Roadshow Catering. There's cash awards for the teams and gift certificates for individuals. It's $100 per golfer and $400 per team.
Create a team today and get started. Your efforts will support local Special Olympics Illinois athletes, giving them access to life-changing programming all year long, like competitive sports and training, health education, as well as personal and leadership development.
Support Special Olympians in Region I. Be a hole-in-one sponsor with Consolidated Communications and Stevie Jay Broadcasting. For details, visit soill.org.
Whether your project is below ground, above ground, or you're just breaking ground, United Rentals has the equipment and tools you need. They rent and sell everything from forklifts and backhoes to scissor lifts, trench shoring systems, and portable restrooms. They also offer a complete range of industrial tools for any job, small or large. Count on United Rentals for the world's largest rental fleet, backed by a team of equipment experts ready to help you get the job done. For the branch nearest you, visit UnitedRentals.com or call 800-UR-RENTS.
Urbana Park District's tradition is back this summer with their free Neighborhood Nights concerts between 6:30 and 8 at a different park each week with a different band. I'm Diane Ducey, your MC from Stevie Jay Broadcasting. The Park District will take care of you with free popcorn, lemonade, and water. Meet different groups and friends. Enjoy the great music every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8 at different parks throughout the summer. Find out more about Neighborhood Nights at urbanaparks.org.
You're listening to